Hey, what's up guys? I'm Olivia Ponton and I'm going to take you guys to my favorite parts of the Hype House. So this is our shoe and lost and found. We just have all of the shoes that are left here and then our water guns that we always have water gun fights with. So this is the pool area and everyone films TikToks up here because it has the beautiful Hollywood sign and our long pool and our hot tub, and we just all kind of tan outside here. And this is the inside kitchen area. This is where we have like all of our team meetings and we just kind of weekly meetings here and everyone eats dinners here together. And then we have our big kitchen that we Postmates a lot of food and eat at. Yeah. And then over here is kind of like our entertainment area. This is kind of where we have our pool table and our ping pong table, and we just kind of like all film TikToks over here. And yeah, lots of fun.
What's your favorite area?
My favorite area, probably my bedroom. Definitely my bedroom.
Do you spend a lot of time here?
Yes, actually, like I spend a lot of time like sitting outside in like the couch area. It's like I do like all my work outside whenever it's like not 100 degrees outside, but yeah.
So you've been living here, you said, about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What did you think it was going to be like, and how is it?
What did I actually like? I didn't really have much of an expectation. I just kind of knew it was like a lot of people that lived together, and I was like, just going full force. I didn't really think about it. I was like, oh, I might as well. Like, it was like a really good opportunity, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. But it's definitely everything that I expected. Like, all the people are like super nice. I wasn't really expecting any drama. I mean, there hasn't been like any drama like within the house, which is really nice, especially because it's like a majority boys. I feel like a majority girls house kind of has like the girls side and like the cat fights, and I don't really like drama. So
Yep.
yeah.
Is there anything you didn't expect? Were you like, I mean, like, I wouldn't know what to expect.
I did not expect the house to be this big.
It's huge.
I like drove here the first night and I was like, whoa, like this is an apartment complex.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right. And okay, yeah, how many bedrooms are in here?
I would, I don't know, maybe like 11, 12, 13.
Wow.
Maybe more.
And there's you said there's about like 15 or 16 people living here?
I think there's 17 that live here.
17.
But
I mean,
it jumps around.
I've lived in share houses before, and I thought like 3 was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, is it like a roommate situation, or is it just completely different? Like, I mean, do you have like groceries, or is everyone just Postmating everything?
Well, it depends on each person. Like, I personally get groceries because I love Postmates and everything, but I like to cook like my own breakfast and like my own dinner sometimes. It's just kind of whenever I'm in the mood.
Yep.
But like people like Tony literally Postmates every single meal, which is so funny. And a lot of people Postmates like everything just because people get lazy and, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and we'll get onto the diet because I mean, obviously a lot of people are interested in sort of just, you know, the diet and healthy stuff. Sort of, we'll get into that a little bit later. But but basically, like, I'm really interested in, you know, I guess like a typical sort of day in the life of a Hype House member. So it's like, is there structure? Is there order? Is it sort of whatever?
I feel like it's different for every person just because some people like wake up, like Ryland, he literally sleeps in until like 1 p.m. and then like gets up, does his work that he has to do for the day, like eats food, like does whatever, and then like hangs out with his friends. But I mean, that's not like a bad thing or anything, but I like wake up, me personally, I wake up, like do my work, get my work done, like get ready for the day, like film content if I need to do that. Then I normally like hang out with my friends for a few hours, and then I normally have like a dinner at night or like a meeting or something like that. So it's kind of like a structure every day. I try to like keep the same routine. I'm a very routine person, but also at the same time, like plans change so quickly.
Yeah.
So it's like you could be thinking you're going to dinner at 8 o'clock, and then all of a sudden you're like,
where is everyone?
yeah, I'm like, wait, I thought we were leaving right now. It's just kind of confusing, but yeah.
Gotcha. And so is like if there is got to be some sort of like order or something's got to be organized, like who's the person that does that? Thomas.
And then kind of when it's like he's kind of the head, everyone's like, okay, like this is actually like a serious thing, like we all need to do it. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
And is there like, you know, when you organized to come in here? Was there sort of like a structure or a contract? It's like, hey, we want you to be doing XYZ every day?
No,
or
I didn't sign anything, which is like a really nice thing that all of the other houses you have to sign for.
Nice.
But he didn't tell me, like, they never were like, oh, you have to post this amount a day or like this, or because some people literally go days without posting, and some people like me, I post like 4 times a day.
Gotcha.
So it really just depends on like what you like to do.
And has it been, I mean, in terms of like, because, you know, I'm sure when, you know, a year ago, say, or hell, a couple of months ago, when you're in your bedroom in Florida, like, it's kind of hard to come up with content ideas, you know, and stuff.
I mean, I just always did dance. Like, dances were fun. So I just always did.
Has it been a lot easier to be able to create content when you've just got all these people around you?
Honestly, it's just super easy. Just like, it's like fun in my opinion, like maybe TikToks and like YouTube videos and like all that. It's just fun when you're around other people that like doing what you're doing, so it like makes it more fun, and they know how to like act in front of a camera or whatever it is, so it's like fun.
Interrupting this video for 10 seconds to tell you about Herdwell's playlisting. We partner with all your favorite creators to make playlists with their favorite tracks for you to enjoy. Link in the description box below.
Yeah. Have you learned? Are you learning things from other people?
Yeah, definitely. I've never done like YouTube before, and I started doing YouTube, so it's like fun to learn all of that from, like, especially because Thomas and Alex, they like focus like a lot of their time into YouTube, so it's like fun to learn from like the best.
Okay. Nice. Okay. And so you were saying that you were. I was under the impression you'd been here a little bit longer, but you said you got here like literally 3 weeks ago.
Yes, but I was here for like a month before, and then I went home for a month, and then I came here.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you remember like where you were when, you know, can you tell me about sort of how it happened? I mean, I know you got the invitation. Do you remember where you were? Were you surprised?
Yeah, so I was in Daytona Beach with my best friend Darianka, and I, like the day before, I got a DM from Chase and Thomas, and I was like, oh, that's like a little weird. And I was like, they just were both like, hey, and they didn't like say anything about the house, and I was like, okay, I just like respond. I was like, hey, what's up? Like, it's kind of weird.
You're like sliding into my DM.
Yeah,
like,
I was
what's
like,
going?
what? And then, like, Darianka came over the next day, and we were just like talking, like she was texting Chase, and he like made like a funny joke and was like, yeah, like it's not like you guys wouldn't be perfect for the new like to move into the new house.
Right.
And we were just kind of like, what?
Yeah.
Like, is that a joke? Are you serious? And then Thomas like had like responded back to me at the time, and he was like, hey, like I have a business opportunity, kind of like I would love to like get on a call with you. And I was like, okay. So we ended up like FaceTiming that night. I remember it was super late at night because like the time difference, and they were coming back from like Arizona or something. So me and Darianka, we stayed up like super late that night, and we FaceTimed, and they asked us, and we were just like, we could not believe it. We were like, what? Like, this is insane. Like, this is not real. And then we just like started talking more about it with like both of our modeling agencies, and then it just kind of came together like that.
Are you one of the younger ones in the house?
Yeah, I'm like the little sister. They like always like, there was like the trend on TikTok where it's like, you think you can hurt my feelings, and I was like, I live with 14 boys, like I'm constantly getting like, they don't bully me, but they're like, you know how like a big brother is, like they joke around and always like make fun of me and like silly like mess around. It's like, a lot of fun.
Gotcha. And speaking of which, like I know a lot of people were asking about sort of, you know, with living in something like in a place like this, and with fame, especially as quickly as it sort of happened for you. Obviously, for everyone that I interview, I do this. I've been interviewing content creators every week for the last 3 years, and every single one of them says, yeah, like you deal with a lot of backlash, you deal with a lot of hate. Like, was that something that you struggled to deal with? You know?
I mean, it's definitely hard to deal with, but I kind of just see it as like a motivational standpoint where it's like these people are like looking down on me, and I just kind of want to use that to like elevate and just kind of work harder in my dreams and goals. Yeah.
Did they, I mean, like I can't imagine like you would have always been like that. Did it take a while to get to that point?
It took a little bit, but like I was like really down on myself for a little bit, and then I just kind of realized that being negative towards yourself isn't going to help any situation. So it's like, but if you put positive thoughts and positive words out there, you're going to receive positive
energy back. Yeah.
So that's just kind of.
Was there any? I mean, do you read comments?
Not really anymore.
Yeah.
I did for a little bit, and I was like, I can't do this to myself.
Did you have the thing where it's like there'd be like 1,000 just lovely comments, and then someone just like hits you where it hurts?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's definitely been like that, but then it just started getting like worse and worse and worse, and now I just don't really look at them. But yeah.
It's crazy. Like, why do people feel the need to do that?
I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. You'll never understand it.
Yeah, exactly. And okay, so going back to the you're talking about like Postmates and all that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
you're a full-time like professional model now.
Yes.
So obviously you've got to be eating right, working out. How do you manage that in a house where everyone's just, it's like a party house, really?
Yeah. Honestly, like I had to figure out a system wise just because it was really hard, and I was postmating every day when I was first here. And I like me personally, if I don't eat healthy, I don't feel healthy and I don't feel good. So it's kind of like what I put in me is what I'm gonna get out of it. So I just like I meal prep a lot. So and I have someone that does that for me. So I just kind of have my meals like throughout the week that I can have, and I always like let myself like eat, like McDonald's or whatever it is, like once a week or more than once a week. But yeah.
Is it as much of a party house as it
really
looks,
not.
or it's not?
No.
Okay.
Like most of the time, like last night, no one was even here. Like most of the nights, like people, I don't really know why, but some people do, some people don't.
Gotcha.
But
okay, and is it, as I said, I mean, was that something you didn't expect? Like, is it more of an orderly like work? Everyone's there to get a job done?
There's like a mix. Like I feel like everyone definitely has like that in like the mornings, and like everyone gets their meetings done throughout the day because they know at night that's when like stuff is going on. Like people are like going and hanging out, and like nobody wants to do work at night. So I mean, I feel like it's like a mixture in the day. Like some people like really work throughout the day, and some people like go and have fun. So it really just depends on the day.
Gotcha. All right. So it seems pretty chill.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's nothing crazy. Like I know it looks kind of like crazy, and like there'd be parties here, but there's really not. Like especially because Corona, we've had to be like super strict. We're always like no. Like that's why I'm saying like it's not like a party house because we're not even like allowed to have like people over right now. So.
Well, that's it. That was my next question. So obviously, like you joined a house with 17 people, where the basis of it is being social, and you did that in almost the peak of a pandemic.
Yeah.
How has that been? Like, how has it been sort of being like? Because obviously, like you're getting, I could imagine if you guys are filming things that don't look safe, you're going to get backlash for it, and there's going to be press. I mean, for all these types of houses, there's press. How has it been sort of navigating that world and being able to do what you do, but sort of safely?
No, we've had to take like a lot of precautions. Like we have cleaning people that come like all the time, and they literally we make them like we're not make them.
Yeah.
No, to like literally sanitize the entire house just because when people do come over, we don't know where they've been and all of that, and we kind of just make sure they're like in our like circle of people, just so we're not like inviting like random people over that we don't know like where they've been or like if they've been traveling. So I mean, I'd say like, we're keeping pretty safe so far.
Yeah. Okay. And I guess so it's, as I said, 17 people, but it's sort of you guys just sort of clicking together. You're all in the same house.
Yes.
And is everyone sort of keeping it in mind and being pretty good about it?
Yeah, no, 100%. And when we see people that are like out, like we'll always get on each other and we'll be like, oh, like why'd you go there last night? Like, there's a lot of people there. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like it's silly things just to keep each other like in check.
So I've interviewed Tana Mongeau a couple times.
Literally lives 2 houses down.
Yeah, like I love her. Like she's one of my favorite interviews ever. And I've seen on her Instagram that she's posting about you quite a bit. So you guys have become little buddies now?
Yeah, no, I literally love her. She's like my crazy little mom. Like, I love her.
Has she, I mean, it's funny, like Tana's only 21 or 22, but like, has she, I mean, but she's been in the game a long time. Like, I mean, it seems like for you, things really blew up pretty quick. You're sort of at the very start of it. Have you learnt anything from Tana?
She has like a very mentality of like you can't like care what other people say about you, because at the end of the day everyone's gonna have their opinions, and it's like as long as your mental health and your physical health is okay, then you should just have fun and do whatever makes you happy. So that's like my biggest thing that I've learned from her, I probably would say.
Gotcha. What do you like most about hanging out with Tana?
We always go to really cool dinners and we get really good food.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just have like the best conversations. Like me and her, like we're actually like our personalities are kind of, not personalities, but like the way we kind of like mess around are kind of like similar, so it's like fun.
Gotcha. And is she usually coming over here, or do you go up to her place?
We do both, honestly.
Yeah.
Like she's friends with everyone here, and like I'm friends with everyone there, so it's just kind of like
that's such a coincidence or crazy that she just happens to be up there.
Yeah, I know. It was crazy. Like when I first met, I was like, no way, like that's so cool.
Is she in a house full of people as well, or is
but it's more of like her team and then like her friends. It's not like a content house.
Right.
They do produce content as well.
Yeah, and Tana's kind of a content house, like in herself.
Yeah,
I think.
literally.
That's crazy. And you've also obviously like you're doing a lot of stuff with brands and all that, but you've also got like some really cool things going on as well that are sort of like charities and all that. Like tell me about that. It's actually not that common. As I said, I interview people every week, and it's not that common that I hear people sort of really focusing on like giving back.
Yeah,
you know?
So I'm like collaborating or partnering with a food bank who's gonna help. I don't know exactly how often it's gonna be yet, but we're gonna just collect a bunch of food and invite like the homeless people to come to the food banks and just kind of like give back to them. It's like and back home we have like a thing called food pantry where like it's like once every Friday, and they just go and they pick up like their groceries for the week because like they can't really afford to like go and buy them. So we like do that, and I kind of want to just help bring that to LA because I've noticed, like, especially when I drive like Ubering places, it's very like eye-opening to see like how people are living versus like how I'm living, and it's like I want to do whatever I can personally to like help them in a sense. So I'm trying.
Great. All right. Well, sounds like, I mean, considering you've only been here such a short time, it sounds like you're really making things happen.
Yeah. I
Nice.
want to, and that's why I came here.
Yeah, right. Awesome. All right. I've got a little game of who's most likely. There's I've got about 10 questions, just like out of everyone in the house, right? It's basically a big share house.
Yeah.
It's a big frat house. In the places I've lived, it's like you've always got that person that does that, and that person's clean,
Yeah.
and that one's really messy. Like, so just out of the house members, from what you've gathered so far, you haven't been here that long, but what you've gathered so far. So who's most likely to be the hardest worker?
Probably Thomas.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like he's up every morning, like getting his stuff done. Like him or Taylor. Taylor's like a pretty hard worker as well.
Taylor Holder.
But they're like in different like sections. Like Taylor's like really into like music, and Thomas is really into like business. Like I'd say they're both like pretty hard workers.
Right, and Thomas is only like 21 or 22, right?
I think his birthday was yesterday. I think he's 22.
God, so young. Oh my God. Like, props to him.
Yeah.
Like, he's a real.
He's doing like all of this. Like this is insane.
Yeah, that's a boss. That's a boss moves. Okay, who is the best dancer? Out of the guys?
There's Tony and Andreas, and they're both like, in my opinion, like they're very equal. Like they're both like insanely good dancers.
Gotcha. Okay, and then what about out of the girls?
I don't know.
How many girls is there?
There's only me, Mia, and Cover. But then there's like the whole hype house where it's like all the people. So, but like out of the whole house, I'd probably say Charlie Addison. Like those were like dance. Like in the house, I'd say like me and Cover.
Who spends the most money?
Oh, probably Chase.
Yep.
Yeah, his closet is very large.
Gotcha.
Very big.
So he's buying a lot of swag.
Yes.
Gotcha. Cool. Who would you say is the loudest?
Probably Papper.
Yeah.
Papper's really loud. He screams all the time. Him or Rylan. They're both funny.
Yep. Nice. Who is the cleanest, would you say?
Oh my gosh, these are like, I feel like no one's really clean.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm pretty clean, like with like my certain stuff, but I don't know. That's probably it.
Yeah. Okay. What about the messiest bedroom you've sort of walked in?
Nick. No, messiest bedroom is Nick. 100%.
Just Yes.
Or mine.
Does everyone? Do most people have their own room, or do some people share?
Yeah. A few people share. Like Papper, Patrick, and Calvin all share a room.
Yep.
But they're surprisingly clean for how many people that live in that room.
Yep. No worries. Who would you say is the healthiest?
Me.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, fittest. Who's working out all the time?
Probably like Taylor and Nate.
Yep.
And maybe me. I mean, everyone works out like pretty much like almost every day because we're all kind of like getting back in that groove. But like we want to be like that. So.
Yeah, and you're on camera every day. Like you want to be looking your best. Yeah, for sure. Do you think is the funniest in your opinion?
Probably like Papper or Rylan.
Yep.
Like I really like, they're just funny. And Mia's like low-key really, really funny. Like she's like mean, but it's like not mean, but like she like jokes around on it. It's like super funny. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Gotcha. Okay, nice. Who would you say is the most creative with their like content and all that?
I'd say like Kellyanne. She like low-key has like a lot of good ideas for like that type of stuff. Like TikToks, I would say.
Yep.
Like with YouTube, I'd say probably Alex.
Yep.
Alex has like often like a lot of like crazy weird vlog ideas. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, who do you think is the nicest person in the house in your opinion?
Cover.
Yep.
So I've never seen her be mean. So yeah.
She's just lovely all the time?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, who do you think has the best fashion sense?
Ooh, I'd say like me or Chase.
Yep.
But Taylor sometimes like has like good fits.
You're like, all right, Taylor.
It depends.
Yeah.
And Nate, yeah.
Well,
I feel
if,
like everyone has their days, because not all the time everyone's like on camera, so it's kind of depending on the day.
Yeah, okay. And if Chase has got the biggest, spends the most money on the
Yeah,
closet,
he has like a lot of good outfits.
you'd hope he'd be up there.
Yeah.
If you like what you saw, make sure you check out some of our other videos right here, and also be sure to subscribe to our channel right here for new videos coming out every week.